Hello, 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 good people, and welcome to Happy, Healthy, Whole with Sharia. I am Sharia, and we are on week 2 of a series around growing your practice, starting your practice, or building a clinician to a CEO, whichever you want to call it. It's important to know that this week we're talking about something that is specific to each person's state, providence, wherever you may live. And so I'm going to be very much talking generalizations around this area because I am not a channel that is a legal based channel and I am not a lawyer. So I really will tell you that it is good for you to follow up and get the exact information for your area from those who are in legal practice and or other financial practices in your area. That being said, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you're following this series, you've done the mindset work, which was last week in terms of shifting from a employee to a CEO. Now it's time to get into the logistics. The reality is that a business is a business. And so today we're going to break down legal and financial pieces to set up for success. This part can feel overwhelming, but it has to get done. And you got this because you wouldn't want to start if you weren't ready. So the first thing is thinking about choosing your business structure. Again, I am not going to give legal advice here, but I want you to think about it from the perspective of looking into all of the structures that are in your area that make sense. I will tell you that most therapists look at a LLC or a P, which is a partnership LLC, liability protection. Check your state requirements. But trust me, this is a step you don't want to skip. You need to form your business for the purpose of protecting your entity as well as protecting your personal assets. So make sure that you check out the different business structures, research them, and do the research according to your specific financial and background around your personal assets, your your already existing business assets. Do that homework now because what you don't want to do is start something and then have to pay, literally pay for a mistake that you could have actually prevented. The next area that you're going to think about, so we got our structure in terms of what we're going to decide on, our LLC or S corp, whatever you think is good for your business based off of the research. The next thing you're going to think about licensing, insurance, and compliance. When we think about these, the first one is always going to be our professional liability insurance. You need it. It's no debate, and that's that simple. If you are going to do for practice, self-pay or not, or insurance or not, you're going to still need to have liability, professional liability insurance because you are now officially on your own. And if someone decides that they don't like your services or they want to have a lawsuit or you may need some legal advice, if you don't have that professional liability insurance, it is difficult for you to be able to debate and or to determine what you need to do to make sure that you keep your license and keep your actual business as you want. And don't forget to check if you need additional insurance for telehealth services, for renting an office space, for all of the areas that are going to be a practice of your business. So for example, because I do consultation both in New Jersey and also in another state, I have two different insurances, but that insurance is specific to the type of consultation because it is required by that program that I'm part of or that agency that I work with, that we have a certain amount of insurance, and that coverage is related to having them being in a different state. And that's all the logistics that you will probably need to kind of figure out according to what you are going to do related to your business in terms of licensing, insurance, and compliance. The other thing is making sure that you have encrypted emails, secure client records, and compliance with your telehealth platforms are just a few of the things that you kind of need to remember as you are looking at the legal end or financial and ethical consideration to think about. The last thing when it comes to this conversation is financial setup. I was laughing earlier today because I was talking with my husband about setting up a business account so that my nephew can understand finances and all these other things. But when I was laughing about it was that these things are so important for us to learn as early as possible when we don't know them, sometimes we don't think or understand the value of them. So listen, if you don't separate your business and your personal finances, you're going to set yourself up for a major headache. So do it now. Open a business account, set up an EIN, make sure that you are starting to track your income and expenses from day to day. Even if you are bootstrapping it, which is kind of starting on your own with no money in the bank, have a simple budget place place things in order, such as taxes and profit, right? What are your expenses, taxes, and profits? Those are the areas that you're going to really want to work on. And I know that if you've heard me talk about these things, I've talked about them in a lot of ways. But one of the programs that, if you haven't already signed up for it, is that I offer a program that's called Practice Well Path that specifically walks through all of these areas with you, as well as we have coaching for 2025 that is combined with this actual program to help you get off on your own and in your footing. The next thing is really looking at how do you want to make profit. So drop a comment, let me know what is your biggest financial and legal question about private practice. And don't forget to subscribe, as I said earlier, because next time we're talking all about things in the market and marketing and branding yourself, how to attract your ideal client and keep your practice thriving. Y'all be well now.